Hey everybody, welcome to this tutorial. During the last days I did a lot of experiments with different designs and materials for iron golem farms. So now let me show you how I would build one in my survival world. I guess you want to build some sort of sorting system or item collection. Whatever you do, there will be a hopper entering the system, and next to that you want to build a 4x4 killing platform the way that I just built it here and surround it with a line of regular blocks. I usually build a too high wall of glass on top of that, but that's of course your choice. You can use whatever you want. I like to see what is happening so I can find out easily if the farm works or not. On the killing floor you'll put 2 buckets of water in both corners. That will make sure that all items end up in the hopper. To make sure that the iron golems don't block themselves from falling, you want to then add at least 2 more layers of any building material. And that is the height for the first floor, and from now on the design depends on how many iron golems you want to farm or how many villagers you want to have in your farm. The design that I will show you has space for 66 or 146 villagers, which gives you an output of 180 or 400 iron ingots per hour if you don't sleep through the night. For that design, now you have to expand one of the sides of your kill shaft, so it's 8 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's the whole width. Now you want to put a sign on each of those blocks and then surround everything by a 4 high wall. Since there's a problem with the spawn algorithm that hopefully gets fixed in 1.14.1, iron golems can spawn inside glass blocks and then get stuck, so you want to build everything from here on in full blocks. So now you put a line of water buckets here that pushes the iron golems down, and then all the blocks that are covered by water, including the one above the signs, which is those 8, you turn into a water stream that is 8 long and surrounded by another 4 high wall. So your farm should now look like that, and then you want to mirror that on the other side and cover the top of the wall with a half slab. So your farm should now look similar to that one. And now you have to decide how many villagers you want to have inside your farm. Then you grab your temporary block. I will use dirt. If you go for 66 villagers, then you surround everything on the height on the floor where here is the water with a 2 wide strip of your temporary block. If you want to go for 146, then you build a 4 wide strip all around the farm. If you decided to go for 66 beds and villagers, then you want to surround it with a wall that is 2 regular blocks, 1 workstation, another regular block, another regular block, a light block, and then a half slab on top, and do that all the way. If you decided to go for 146 villagers, you want to replace all those blocks above the water with a workstation and then surround everything like with the smaller farm with 2 blocks, workstation, 2 more blocks, a light source and a half slab. The lights I think are actually not needed, because since we remove those blocks later, there's no spawnable floor anyways. And of course, if sea lanterns or pumpkins or whatever are too expensive for you, you can just place a row of torches here. That block surface actually has light level 7, so maybe you want to put a row of torches there to be really sure that no zombie can spawn inside your farm and break it. Now you want to place down beds covering all the floor that is available, so you end up with one row if you chose to go for the smaller farm, and 2 rows of beds surrounding all the farm in a C shape. And when you're done with that, you remove the dirt underneath the beds, because I've seen iron golems spawn if there's solid blocks under the beds. I really like how the farm comes together, also color-wise. Now you have to populate the farm with villagers, and in survival there's 2 ways to do that. One is to bring 146 or 66, depending on the size of your farm, villagers from an infinite villager breeder. The other is to bring at least a couple of them and feed them until they fill the farm slowly by themselves. I will just use the spawn eggs. The easiest to populate the farm is to do it by night, because then the villagers will all search themselves a bed. As you can see, it's kind of random. It's also random how they choose their workstation. You can fill them actually all from here and they will go to the bed no matter if it's here or on the other side. You want that randomness. I tried a design where I placed always 1 villager, 1 bed, 1 workstation, but then the villagers have no reason to move around too much because their bed and workstation is right at the place where they lie, and so there will be less gossip and the farm will be less productive. And the farm usually needs some in-game days to reach the full productivity, because the gossip has to build up first. Then you should reach the full 2.8 iron ingots per hour per villager that this design can manage. If that video was helpful to you, consider giving it a like or subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section or reach out to me on Twitter. I wish you a nice day. Goodbye.